Well, good morning, everybody. If you're back east, I should say good afternoon. Thank you for attending the first NATJA webinar. I'm Brian Hemsworth. I am a marketing and brand consultant here in Los Angeles. I'm also a member of the adjunct faculty at Pepperdine University in Malibu, where I teach advertising and marketing. In terms of the website itself, and this is your primary website. Now there's advanced strategies that we don't have time to talk about today where you can actually create multiple websites. But your primary website, the place where people who will potentially hire you will go to, we don't want it to just be a resume. We've learned that that's the easiest way to bore people. When you have literally a resume posted and then you have a long list of clips, it's not really what people want in the long run. It's okay to have listings of clips. It's okay to have a bio there. But don't think of it in terms of a resume. Try and think of it in terms of telling some kind of story. Try and think of posting that information in a way that's more creative to make people maybe want to see it. We do suggest that you have samples of your work up there. You can post a lot of it. You can post maybe not everything. For some of you, it might be everything. Portfolios are fine there. What we'd also like you to do is have other resources there. If you did an article on a particular location, it's not a bad idea to create some additional content about that place. One of the things that we've learned in working on Travel World International is we will publish an article on a location and we get a big hit in readership, and then the readership over the next 6 months tends to fall off, and then the season rolls back around again and the readership of the article perks up again. And we've had as much readership a year later as we have during the first year of publishing. So the links, the resources, the other things that you can post along with the article are all good for viewers, and they're good for Google. Now, here's one of the secret weapons that I wanted to mention. Internally, we call it a DOK, and that's short for a display of knowledge. So one of the things that we recommend when you're positioning yourself, one of the challenges in this world is to be a generalist. And so when you say you're a travel writer or you say you're a photographer, that's okay. But in the Google world, if you want to be found as a travel writer, bottom line is you're not going to. You're not going to be on page 1 through 10 of Google results if they type in travel writer because there's too many of you. So we want you to try and position yourself as an expert. How do you do that? There's 3 ways that we usually recommend. One is teaching. Not easy to do because there's not a lot of teaching jobs out there. The other is public speaking, which a lot of people like to public speak. Some people don't like to public speak, but there's an organization that has to go sort of behind that of creating events. The third way is publishing. Well, that's what this crowd is all about, is publishing. So you have a natural hook of being a published author, a published photographer. We'd like you to have a sweet spot. So not just a photographer, but if you think about it, if somebody was to do a search for travel writer, you're going to get 1 million listings come up on Google. But if you were to say, I'm a budget family travel writer based in the Southwest, now you just did what we call a long tail search, and you're much more likely to come up high on that search. So what we recommend to most travel writers, what we recommend to photographers, and CVBs can even do this. Find the areas, the way that I like to say it sometimes is, find a couple mountaintops that you can shout from, that you can be an expert in. And it doesn't mean don't do anything else, but it means play those up more. And write articles, even if they're not published in outside publications, put them on your website that play to those strengths. And Google is going to respond to that.